In Algebra 2, Section 4.2, we're dealing with operations with matrices. Now we're dealing with the easy ones first, and then we're going to go into the difficult ones. And the difficult ones are multiplying two or more matrices together. So first we're going to tackle the easier ones, is adding and subtracting matrices and a scalar multiplication. Okay? The first one is adding or subtracting matrices, and basically simple as adding and subtracting each element. So remember in the last section, each number in a certain position is an element. So since A is the top left and L is the top left, in order for me to add them, I just add them together, A plus L. Okay? The only problem is that the dimensions, remember that the dimensions, rows by column, have to be the same because they have to have the same corresponding element. For example, if I had another row here, then I wouldn't have anything to add it to, so therefore I won't get an answer. So in this case, they must be the same dimension. They have to have the same number of rows by the same number of columns. And when I do that, I just either add, and the same thing with subtraction. I'll subtract, okay? I add or subtract each element in the same position in each matrix. Okay, so B is top right, M is top right, so that for the top right of this one is B plus M. Alright, so as long as you get those right, then it's just as simple as adding and subtracting. The next one we're dealing with is scalar multiplication. So basically, it gives you a number out here, okay, and it's built into scale. So they'll put a number, and all you have to do is multiply each element inside by that number. So it's K times A, K times B, K times C, K times D, so on and so forth. So scalar multiplication just means I take this number and I multiply it by each and every one. So go ahead and write this down. Don't forget the vocabulary if there is some. And we're going to go into two examples. Alright, so the first one is they're giving me an A and B, and they want me to basically add A plus B. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to know this is the top left and this is the top right. So I'm going to do 6 plus negative 3. Right? Top left, top left. This is top right, top right. I'm going to do 4 plus 1. This is negative 1 plus 0. And this is 0 plus 3. This matrix is to show your work, so make sure that you show the matrix. I know you guys all want to do it in your head and it's quicker that way, but when we get into more and more complicated matrices, I need you to practice showing the details in your work, because one mathematical mistake could throw the whole thing off. And I want to make sure that I grade you according to you understanding the concept and not necessarily because of one small mathematical mistake. So 6 minus 3 is 3. 4 plus 1 is 1. Negative 1 plus 0 is negative 1. And 0 plus 3 is 3. Okay? B minus A, the second one, is telling us to take this minus this. So now I'm going to switch it. So it's going to be negative 3, 1, 0, 3. That's B. Minus A, which is 6, 4, negative 1, and 0. So what I'm going to end up with is top left, so negative 3 minus 6, 1 minus 4, 0 minus negative 1, and 3 minus 0. And my answer, negative 3 minus 6 is negative 9. 1 minus 4 is negative 3. 0 minus negative 1 gives me positive 1. And 3 minus 0 is 3. And this is my answer for 2. This is my answer for 1. So go ahead and write this down. Alright? Try page 173, number 1 and 4 on your own. Page 173, number 1 and 4 on your own. And we have one more example after this. Alright, so this is A equals 2, 3, as 2, 3, negative 1, 0, and B is negative 2, 1, 0, negative 1. Now, in this case, it's asking us to find negative 4A minus 3B. So not only are we subtracting, but now each of them has a scalar multiple. And remember, all we do is we take this and we multiply it by each element. And this one is attached to A, so it looks like this. 4, 2 minus 3 minus 1, 0. And then minus 3 times negative 2, 1, 0, negative 1. Okay? And we end up, we take this and we multiply it by each. So we have 4 times 2, which is 8. 4 times negative 3, which is negative 12. 4 times negative 1, which is negative 4. And 4 times 0, which is 0. Now, I then subtract it from 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Okay? 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 0 is 0. And 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And from there, it's just exactly how I did in the other problem. I'm just going to match them. Top, so 8 minus negative 6, okay, minus 12 minus 3, 0 minus negative 4, and 0 minus negative 3. Excuse me. And then I finally end up with 8 minus negative 6 is 8 times 6, which then gives us 12. Oh, sorry, not times. 8 plus 6 gives us 12. Negative 12 minus 3 is negative 15. 0 minus a negative 4 is 0 plus 4, so we have positive 4. And 0, oh, this is not right. It's supposed to be, my apologies. It's supposed to be negative 4 minus 0. So this would give us a negative 4. And then 0 minus negative 3 would give us a positive 3. So this is our answer. So a little complicated, but not too much. As long as you can multiply and subtract, you should be good. Just make sure that you keep your work organized. Go ahead and try page 173, number 12. Page 173, number 12, and I will see you in class.